guys, it's Tammy. Welcome to my channel. It's a beautiful July day. I just brought the last of the peonies in out of my garden. Those are the very last blooms that I had remaining. So things are starting to change and it's hot again for the past couple days. Today we had a few cooler days, but the heat is back. I just thought I would do a little small haul for you guys. I know I just did a haul, but I purchased a few things lately and there's only a couple that I've talked about on my channel, and I want to show you everything that I have gotten lately. I'll start out with the three that I've already shown on my channel. One of them is sort of a repurchase. I did have the travel size of Juliette Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes. And I thought the packaging was really nice for this. I got a really good price on fragrancebuy.ca. I find they have the best prices, at least for us Canadians and probably for everyone. This is quite nice, I find. Here's the bottle. It's a super pretty bottle. I like the way it's sort of the blue, sort of the ocean into the sand. This really does give me the feeling of being at the beach, the salt air. You're eating vanilla ice cream, it drips on your salty skin and you lick it off. Like, that's actually the feeling that it gives me. After I used up my travel size, I knew I wanted a full bottle of this, and I am thrilled to have it back in my collection. Next, we have Creed Eladaria. And I just want to take note that the box that this came in, and you guys can let me know if you've ever purchased, this is my first Creed fragrance, and the box is exactly like $20 and $30 perfumes that I've purchased. It just is very, it's kind of in here a little bit loose, and it's a very regular box. I'm just wondering, like, is that the norm for purchasing a Creed fragrance? Let me know. I got this on Venba and it smells exactly like the sample that I had of Eladaria. So I'm not really questioning that it's real, but I just don't know what I think of this packaging. If you even compare it to the Vanilla Vibes packaging, it has a really nice, you know, place to set the bottle and a little sleeve over it. And it's just a little bit more thought seems to go into it, but maybe Creed puts all of their money into the fragrance itself. I don't know, but I am very, very happy to have Creed Eladaria. And you guys, this is probably the third time I've spoken about this on my channel, so I will tell you it smells sort of like a rosy version of arrowroot cookies or sugar cookies. So it's definitely a very soft, mild type of sweetness with the powderiness of a cookie. When you pick up a sugar cookie and you get a little bit of the flour on your fingers, that sort of powderiness is what I'm getting in here, but with a lot of a sweet, pretty pink rose. I absolutely love this. I'm so happy to have Eladaria. And the third one that I already did show on my channel is Dream by the Maker. And I did have a Scentbird decant of this, and I started going through it like crazy. I couldn't stop wearing it. I was addicted. Here is the bottle. It's normally $236 on Sephora, and for some reason, I just got it on a day it was on sale for $188. So it was a really good discount. Oh, this is a gorgeous, deep, thick vanilla. It smells sort of sesame-like, nutty, to me, in the same way that Mind Games Sissa smells. It's very rich and very decadent, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet. There's something in it that just seems to balance it out. This is the kind of vanilla I can do. It's not plain and simple sweet vanilla. It has that chocolatey or nutty type of feeling to it, and that's what I need in a vanilla to make it more balanced out. My iPad is so close, yet so far. It's over there. I could go look up the notes. I'm not going to dismantle my phone to look up the notes. I'm sure there is some sort of wood. There might even be cacao in it. I'm not sure, but there's something woody and deep and rich that just keeps it from being too sweet. It is sweet, but it's not overly sweet, at least to me. So now there's a couple things that I did tell you I was going to be getting, and they have arrived. And these are from Ledda. I did get the new 16 Scenic Rose. I really wasn't sure what to expect with this one because it's supposed to be a rose for people who don't love rose. It has strawberries and a lot of sweetness with it. And I always love how Ledda has their travel sizes with their name embroidered, and it's always slides out so perfectly, but yet not too easily. Like, it doesn't slip out, but when you're ready for it to, it just slides out automatically. And this time they finally have the name 16 Scenic Rose written on there. All of the other travel sizes just say Ledda. So you have to kind of take the cap off and sniff them to see which one you have. This really is a very pretty and sweet rose. When I take the cap off and smell it from the atomizer, I can definitely pick up the rose. When I spray it on my skin, I mostly get strawberry. That is a fresh strawberry. Oh, that's almost like a wild strawberry smell. My grandmother used to do wild strawberry preserves, and that's sort of the smell it's giving me. It's a very realistic strawberry. It does keep getting sweeter and sweeter, so it does end up being a little bit of a candy sweet type of strawberry. And that sweet, sweet strawberry sort of dominates the fragrance for the next few hours. So I can see how it is a rose fragrance for people who don't necessarily love rose, because there is a ton of the strawberry sweetness in this. When I've worn this on my skin though, I would say probably 3, 4, 5 hours into the wearing, the rose starts coming back out, and then I can definitely tell it's a rose fragrance again. So if you don't like any rose at all, I don't necessarily think this would be safe for you, because I can pick up rose at the opening and deeper in the dry down. The mid is a lot of strawberry. See, it's already gotten candy sweet. Whereas when I first sprayed it, it was like a fresh, realistic, biting into a fresh strawberry. All in all, I think it is a fresh and bright, happy, girly scent. I enjoy it. There are times where it is just a hint too sweet for me, so I might have to layer this with something. I feel like I would layer it with maybe Atelier d'Azur Paint Me Up would be nice with it. You could layer this with Chanson Tendre, it would be really pretty. I have a lot of options and a lot of playing around to do with this, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that is Ledda 16 Scenic Rose. And while I was on the website, I did decide to go ahead and purchase the body cream in the 22 Orris fragrance. This jar is plenty heavy, I'll tell you that. It's really heavy. And this is what it looks like. The lid is sort of metal. It does smell exactly like 22 Orris. It rubs in really easily, and it feels very moisturizing. I like that it's not overly thick and sticky though. It blends right in, and it just gives a little moisture to your skin. It's really nice. And the scent is lovely. I've always found 22 Orris to be a little bit of a hard fragrance to describe. It's a little bit fruity. It has Orris, which is sort of a powdery, earthy note. But what I feel that I get from this is a creamy, woody type of smell, a little hint of fruitiness. It's so unique. I feel like I can understand it best when I compare it to Ellis Brooklyn Sunfruit or Fleur Father Figure. I feel like those three are all very close in smell. But if you haven't smelled those, you could look them up and sort of see what notes are in those, and that will give you an idea. I will definitely put the notes on the screen for you guys so you can sort of follow along. I'm just sort of filming spur of the moment, so I don't have a lot of thoughts prepared on these, but I just thought this would be just a fun little show and tell for you guys. Anyways, I'm really happy to have this. Yeah, it's very moisturizing without being sticky, without being too thick, but I mean, my skin feels very moisturized for sure. So next I purchased an item that's been on my wish list for quite a long while actually. But when I did my March and April note of the month, I combined those 2 months, and the note of the month was musk. The winner of Musk Week and me wearing all of my musk samples was L'eau Papier by Diptyque. And I have now purchased this. I haven't opened this yet, so I'm going to open it with you guys. Oh, this is interesting. There's a little cutout on each side. This is my first Diptyque that I've ever purchased. I've talked to you guys before about the fact that I want to slowly go through my samples, pick my favorites for each category, and slowly add some really nice and quality niche fragrances to my collection. And that's what I've been doing. Oh, so this is the 50 ml. Oh, that's cute. Look at the back. Cap is super tight. And I've got lotion on my hands, so it's harder to get off. This is a very musky, soapy, clean, your skin but better scent. The note of rice makes it quite special. And just before I purchased this, I got a little 5 ml sample of it. And when I sprayed this on, at one point it got a little bit powdery, and I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm glad I didn't order that. And I'm like, no, wait, I did order it. But I let my sister spray this on when she was home, and I kept smelling it on her. And it was one of those scents that I would be jealous of someone else having and be like, how do you smell so good? And that made me feel so relieved. Okay, yes, I'm glad I actually purchased this. I think smelling a fragrance on someone else sometimes is a really good way to know if you really want it. So I am very excited to have L'eau Papier. It is just right up my alley. You guys know that I love this type of clean, fresh, musky, powdery scent. It's perfect, and I'm really happy to have this one. So you may or may not know about my current obsession with Neroli, and I'm starting to even get into orange blossom, any type of citrusy, floral, and citruses. I'm starting to just go down these rabbit holes, trying different citrus fragrances. And one day we were on the mainland and my husband was in running errands. I just got scrolling on my phone and I got reading reviews for Neroli Woods by Banana Republic. And it just seemed so perfect that I ordered a bottle. It's pretty affordable, and this was a blind buy. I had not smelled it. After I purchased this and got it home, then I started hearing Nelija talking about it on her channel. And she describes it as a scent that you would wear on a yacht. You just want someone to bring you, a fancy drink. You're wearing, a white linen shirt. Your hair is blowing in the sea breeze, that whole vibe. And I can definitely see that. So when I got this, I was excited to smell it. It really is a fresh neroli scent. If you haven't smelled neroli before, I always describe it as sort of the lemon scented powdered laundry detergent, the brand Sunlight. This really is so fresh and bright, almost watery, but not watered down. It definitely does have that lemon powdered laundry detergent smell to me, which is what I love about it. So a few days ago, I sprayed this on a test strip. I wanted to compare it to the winner of Neroli Week in May, and that was Neroli by Rag & Bone. And I still have the test strips upstairs. I'm thinking it was over a week ago, and I keep going back and smelling them from time to time because for the first day or so smelling them on the test strips, I still liked Neroli by Rag & Bone better than Neroli Woods. But 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 days later, when I go into my perfume room and I just pick up the strips and give them a sniff, this was smelling more gorgeous, more like, because I like that little tiny hint of sweetness and a little depth from the florals and a little bit of woods. Like I like something to just give it a little bit of presence besides just Neroli. Neroli Woods was actually smelling better to me than even Neroli by Rag & Bone, which I absolutely love. So that made me very happy to have gone ahead and purchased this blindly. I don't do that a whole lot anymore. You guys know that I'm always meticulously testing and comparing things before I make a final decision on something to purchase. But it still is kind of fun to just do a blind buy, especially when it's not going to break the bank. I feel like this is a lovely, affordable version of Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. It really does remind me of that. So I don't have my thoughts fully formed on this. I have not yet done a full wear test, but I'll keep you up to date with how this one is working out. And I also just want to say that even this, with the really nice snug fit in this box and the little ribbon to pull it out, and this fits very nicely. Like I just feel like the packaging for some of these more affordable ones compared to other things that I've already talked about, I mean, I appreciate that little bit of extra. I do keep my boxes. You guys. And another one that I purchased a travel size of is one that I've been hearing my friend Aleisha from Aleisha Budget Beauty talking about. This is by Aerin, and it is Cedar Violet. I've seen this compared to Mojave Ghost. I've seen it compared to, I can't remember what else. All I can think of is Mojave Ghost, which I know that I enjoy that one. I really like the little bottle for this. I like the little pink and green floral look on it. When I smell this from the bottle, it's perfection. It's perfection. It's the perfect musky, woody, floral, a little hint of sweetness, but a floral sweetness, not a candy sweetness, not a sugar sweetness or anything like that. Now, when I wore this on my skin, it went a little weird. Sometimes violet is tricky for me. I don't always love it. This is so nicely woody. It's sort of a sandalwood that I'm getting, I feel. It's probably cedar because it is called Cedar Violet, but but I almost get a little hint of sandalwood as well. This is definitely my style of fragrance, but as I said, there was something that happened on my skin that just went not quite plasticky, not quite Play-Doh. It goes a little mossy or green or something. There's just something in it that just it's a little strange. I'm actually going to layer it on top of the 16 Scenic Rose, because that is so sweet right now. It needs something to tame it down. So I'm gonna try this over top of it. There, yeah, I'm getting that weird, you know what it is? It reminds me of is paint, latex paint. That's what it is. Not straight up latex paint. I'm saying whatever that little hint of an odd smell in it is giving me a little bit of a latex paint scent. But I'm happy to have this one. I can't wait to play around with it more. And like when I take the cap off and smell it directly from the atomizer, like it's perfect. It smells perfect to me. It's just the perfect clean musk with a light woodiness and just a creamy floral addition to it. And I couldn't dream of anything more. So that was my small haul for the past month or so, just the things that I've purchased. And I kind of just wanted this to be a fun show and tell style video where I just filled you in on everything that I've purchased lately. What has been your most exciting purchase lately? I'd love to know in the comments below. I love it when you guys spend your time with me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for clicking on this thumbnail. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying to the end. If you did, would you give me a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.